What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. So a big shout out to my niece Valerie, who just got her permit, and it actually led to a conversation between me and my older brother. So I was telling him, let me know if he needs help helping teach Valerie how to drive.
What?
Because my brother,
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
okay, it's story time.
Here we go!
My brother is a good dude. My older brother's a good dude. My brothers are a good dude. Both of them are good. But this story in particular happens to do with my older brother, Eddie, who was teaching me how to drive stick shift. He's not the most patient person in the world. Now, a little bit of a backstory, he's not totally in the wrong because
Excuse me, sir.
I almost ran over an old couple. But we'll get into that. So he's teaching me how to drive stick shift, and I'm all over the place, right? And my older brother, like I said, he's not exactly the most patient person. So there's kind of this level of nervousness when someone's like do this, do that, you need to do this, you know, when they're kind of yelling at you, you're like freaking out and you're like, okay. Well, again, not familiar with stick shifts and everything. Like, it's again, long story short, he wasn't entirely wrong for yelling at me because I practically ran over an old couple, and I'm sure they had an interesting walk after that.
How dare you?
But so we were texting each other back and forth, and he said, hey, your next video should be on patience. And so why not? So you'll hear a lot of Christians joke, don't pray for patience because you'll be tested.
You sure about that?
But the reality of it is that we should seek to grow in patience, right? Because that's one of the fruits of the Spirit, and it's also a building of our character, right? So there are 3 scriptures I want to share with you guys, and we'll touch upon each one. So I'm just going to kind of break down each, and then we'll go into that. Slowness to anger makes for deep understanding. A quick-tempered person stockpiles stupidity. Man, I like that. So Proverbs 14:29 in a nutshell is saying a person who is patient and can have a calm temperament about things can typically think through things. They're able to really kind of process what's going on. They're not very reactive, whereas the foolish person tends to be very reactive and very instinctual, and sometimes that's going to land you in trouble, right? If we approach every situation, or we assume every situation and maybe take it as a negative, well, that can lead us to make harsh decisions, which ultimately just hurts us more than helps us. Something else I like about Proverbs 14:29 is this, using it as a real world example. You know, being a married man, me and my wife, obviously at some point in our lives, bump heads, right? And if I don't learn how to think through a situation, but I choose to be reactive, there's a very real danger of saying something you can't take back.
How dare you?
Which it can be very destructive, because yes, she can forgive me for something and sort of let it go, right? Like forgive and forget, sort of. But the reality of it is the wound is there. Reality of it is when we're angry with each other, we'll say things to hurt each other. It's just our nature. Like, we're not all that well put together, right? So a lot of us are going to sit there and, we live with a sin nature. So at the end of the day, there's a very good likelihood that you in a hurt state might say something wanting to hurt that person. A very wise couple who me and my wife look up to, they told us something recently, that we have to learn how to attack problems together as a team. And part of that takes patience, right? Because if you're reactive and you're going after something rather than really consulting your spouse on it and working together and really thinking through the situation, that's going to lead to a fight, one way or the other. And rather than attacking whatever the situation might be, it could cause you guys to turn guns on each other. So think about that, and let's have balance. Let's look at the next one. Better a patient person than a warrior, one with self-control than one who takes a city. Proverbs 16:32. Proverbs 16:32. Again, that's one of those deals where I feel like it's, again, a person who can find an even keel. They can kind of take a step back, have some self-control, think about the situation, think through the situation. I mean, the Bible's flat out saying this person is better than a warrior who's capable of taking a city. Like, you have to be a pretty strategically smart, physically impressive warrior to be able to carry out such a feat. And yet the Bible says that person who's able to have self-control is much better than this person who is built and bred for war. So let that kind of sink in, especially if you're a guy. Like, that's pretty impressive. So anytime that you're checking yourself and you're having to demonstrate self-control even when you're ready to snap out, like, the Bible says that you are better than a warrior capable of taking a city. The Lord is compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, abounding in love. Psalms 103:8. So when I read that, you know, my thought immediately goes to the fact that if God is showing so much grace with us and he's patient with us, and as Christians, we should be emulating Christ. We should be demonstrating Christ, or carrying ourselves in such a way that's honoring to God. Then I would say maybe we need to do the same. Maybe we need to show the people around us a little more patience, you know, a little more love. You know, we need to be, you know, not so quick to judge, not so quick to come down on them, but being willing to sort of grind it out with them, right? Like, not everybody gets it right, and because of that, we have to be willing to be slow to anger and quick to show love. But with that, guys, love you guys. Peace out. Eventually learned how to drive stick pretty well.
I say, how's my automobile?
Simply smashing! You simply smash it into things!
I mean, I don't know. Eventually I became a good driver.
You sure about that?
I probably need a refresher course. A refresher. Yeah, I probably need a refresher.